Joe Osgood is here. Mr. Osgood, how are you?
I'm good. 65 degrees, and it feels like 80 because of the humidity.
I know.
This is an odd time of the year. It really is.
Yes. I mean, what was it? I had the heat on in here. Was it Monday?
Yeah.
Monday. I had the heat on. It was freezing. It was like 42.
I went somewhere with my pickup Monday, and I had to have the heat and the defroster on to get the humidity off the windshield.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I know. So I've been wearing pants to work now instead of shorts. Because I was wearing shorts on the freezing cold day.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no more.
Yeah.
Shorts are done.
Yeah.
And now this morning, I'm like, dang it. I should have put on shorts again.
Dang it.
Because I am hot.
Take a rope and hang it. Is that a song?
Dang. Yeah.
Okay.
Dang me.
Okay.
It's Roger Miller.
All right. So.
Yep. So what's happening? What's going on?
Oh, I'm back in the harvesting mode.
Oh.
Driving truck this week.
Farmer Joe?
Farmer Joe. Yep. Farm living is a life for me or something like that. Only a few days a year. Those people work.
Yeah, they do.
Butt off. Oh, unbelievable.
So what are you doing? Are you doing the whole corn thing again?
Yeah. Mid-afternoon yesterday, I had a little bit of a breakdown. The tailgate on the truck broke. So I had to take a different truck while they're working on that. But a lot of corn to bring in. Lots of work.
So now you started this last year.
Last year
right?
was the
first time doing it.
Yeah.
So you're driving truck.
Yep.
And they put the corn in the truck.
And I bring it to the farm and dump it on the ground. And somebody takes a tractor and puts it in a big pile. And sounds simple, but it's not.
It's not, right? Because you have to drive exactly.
Yeah, and now we're away from the farm, so a lot of the trips bring you either through downtown Claremont that has a pretty difficult traffic pattern right now, or some of them bring you through Maple Avenue area. Maple Avenue, it's a farm. You got to get the stuff to the farm. But Maple Avenue is a relatively dense with houses area.
Right.
So you gotta watch your step on Maple Avenue. We try to stay right at 30 miles an hour, maybe a few miles an hour over, because people look at these trucks and, of course, the engines make noise and they think you're flying, and you're not.
All right.
There's been times they've called the police department and say, these guys are driving down Maple Avenue 50 miles an hour. So I like the way they did it. They went down and they tucked themselves in the corner, didn't tell nobody about it, and they monitored us. And they had us going maybe 35. Mm-hmm. And so they went to the lady and said, we don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, you told them you were going to be there. No, big trucks look like they're flying when they do.
Yes.
I like getting behind a car when I'm on Maple Avenue.
Okay.
That's going a little under the speed limit or about the speed limit, because then, it gives somebody a bearing to go by.
Right.
Well, if that car's going that speed, then that truck is too. I mean, I couldn't have been going 50 if the car in front of me is going 30. So, but it's fun. It gives me something to do.
Yeah.
The last 2 days been fairly long days. We went till 6:45 one day. And
wow.
Yeah, but hey, it's something to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't mind it.
That's something new for you. It's not
it's not new this year.
No, I know, but it's not like you do this every day. So
No.
it's something different.
It's different,
Yeah.
and I will say I wouldn't want to do it every day of the year.
Sure.
Not at all.
Sure.
The might turn into 4 or 6 weeks,
mm-hmm.
whatever it takes. When it's done, it's done. But I have to squeeze my county stuff in there too. I had to take last month. They started Monday, and okay, we'll start Monday. Can I have Monday afternoon? But hey, they understand.
Yeah.
They know I've got that going. They're very understanding.
Well, you're kind of a big deal. I mean, you're an elected official.
Yeah, right.
You're one of three.
One of three. Instead of one of 400, I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, I love
Much
that.
better odds.
Yeah.
How's that going?
The commissioner's job?
Yeah.
It's going good.
So take the nursing home stuff out of it. If the nursing home thing wasn't there, how's
It's
it going?
an absolute breeze. I mean, we've got a good county manager. He runs things good. And he's got 3 girls in the office that they're awesome. But even the nursing home thing it's a process. It kind of brings back the one of 400 feeling when you're dealing with the delegation, but that committee they've put together is I've made most of them. I missed the first meeting, but I've made all the other meetings. And is that Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne.
I heard you say that in the morning.
You didn't even look. You didn't even have to turn.
Didn't even turn around.
He's like, I don't do it. Like, it doesn't matter. Your truck is so loud.
It just has a sound of its own.
I know.
I heard you the other day. That's why I had to say that. But the committee is that they put together. They really dissected what their task was. They did it, in my mind, an excellent job. Representative Sullivan, who was the chairman, I think did an excellent job.
Good.
On the other hand, I think the outcome is going to be, we might not have even needed this. We should have done this the way they wanted to do it in the beginning. But those 5 people have every answer they wanted now. And if they come out with that type of an opinion, then the ones that didn't understand the process because they weren't there. I wasn't there.
Right.
But I took the time to understand the process.
Right.
They have now had the time to understand the process. There's a few funding mechanisms that were brought up that some of them materialized since this was going to happen that might work out. And if they do work out, fine. Mm-hmm. If they don't work out, the bottom line is we still need to renovate the nursing home. Mm-hmm. And I think the committee is pretty near ready to come out and say, you know what, Plan A is the plan we need, and we need to tackle the funding mechanism, and whatever happens. I say that, but and they're legitimate on this. We no longer have a guaranteed price. If everybody on the delegation says, well, what's the guaranteed price? You allowed that to expire.
Right.
It's gone.
Yeah.
So obviously, I think one of the very next steps will be to, okay, now we got to get a guaranteed price. And this will be the second guaranteed price. And nobody on the committee is really interested in giving an estimated price because that's what got us where we were in the beginning.
Gotcha. Yes.
Because they said, give us an estimated price. And now we've been through the whole process. Right. But then we hadn't been through the whole process. So somebody comes out and says, oh, well, we talked to an engineer and he did it by the square footage and it's $35 million. And that's what everybody's been hung on, the $35 million. Mm-hmm. Well, the problem being is the $35 million didn't cover many things that when we went to get the guaranteed price and we had the engineers looking at the specific situation, things came up.
Right.
You ought to put the laundry in the building. You ought to put the kitchen in the building. You ought to do this. You ought to do that. Mm-hmm. And then all of this stuff was very clearly explained that it makes economic sense down the road. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, there was one thing that they figured the other day is going to save millions of dollars over the life of the loan by having this stuff switched around. And this came from one of the ones that was adamantly against it. And then he realized, well, so if this is going to generate this income, maybe it's practical to have that. And I'm sitting there in the chair because I can't talk. I'm not on the committee. A couple of times I'd like to have just put in a few opinions. You know me, I'm slightly opinionated.
Well, you're very quiet and reserved.
Yeah. So it was clearly explained during the early stages, but it just apparently wasn't sinking in. So now when they had the time to look at the numbers and digest this thing, because I'm listening to them and I'm saying, when they explained this whole thing to me, they explained that to me and I understood what it was, and I think I remember it being explained at a delegation meeting. So maybe somebody had their headphones on or something. I don't know. But bottom line, I think it's going to, for the benefit of the workers and the benefit of the patients and technically the benefit of people going down the road, I think something's going to come out of this. I hope it does. And, I mean, if it wasn't for that, I think my commissioner's job would be boring. So I'm okay with it.
I'm glad to see that the committee sounds like it's working together.
Oh, they amazingly, absolutely amazingly. The committee really put their boots to the ground and did their homework.
Good.
Great job.
Because it did sound like things were partisan for a while, but if you can, with this committee, get stuff done and...
Like I say, I didn't see the first meeting, but when I went to the second meeting, had I not known everybody, I couldn't pick a party of any of them.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good.
That was, and I think that was probably what should have happened at the delegation meetings.
Sure.
And it would have happened, but again, I take my hat off to Representative Sullivan, who at the delegation meetings before this all happened appeared to be pretty adamantly against it. But again, he's new and so it worked out.
Excellent.
It might cost us a little bit more money, but it worked out.
Yes.
Yep.
Nothing you can do about that.
It's water over the dam.
I'm hoping, and I don't know if you can, but with all this COVID money that just keeps getting passed out.
We keep looking, and
nothing there.
Every time something comes up where money's coming out, Derek's right on it.
Oh, I know.
I mean, he's flipping pages, he's calling people, and we don't fit the criteria as of yet. Representative Aaron is introducing a bill. Should have been done years ago. And she went to Ken Weiler, the chairman of the finance committee, smart guy, very smart guy. And she told him, you know what? Sullivan County is not unique to the fact that we have a nursing home and that they age out. And counties are getting strapped with many, many regulations. And when it comes time to renovate a building, it's extremely expensive, and it hits the counties hard. We ought to have something set up like the state has for refurbishing schools or building schools. Yeah. There's a fund for that.
Okay.
Claremont actually missed out on that. There was a gap where they made it go away, and that's when Claremont did their renovation at Stevens. They missed out on it. But so she says we ought to have something set up like that where the state backfills a fund so when a renovation is coming up, a county can get some assistance because this is a state. I mean, this is state stuff.
Yeah.
And she said, and I believe it, Ken was very receptive to this. So she's introduced legislation for something like this. The only thing that we'll have to find out is over time is can this be if it's a shovel ready project, can it be kind of like the first one on the list? If it can, that's one of the funding things that came out of this.
Right.
Again, it's one of the really good things that came out of this.
Yeah. Nice.
I definitely intend to send my opinion to the state when that goes to committees. As she's spot on. It used to be, okay, we tear down a building, we build another building. Everybody pooled together and we build a building. But when regulations started coming in,
right,
and that's what made this building, this renovation, more than the last county that did one, because regulations changed in like an 8-month period, and the Sullivan County had to meet more regulations. So
that kind of leads to an interesting debate, which would be, is it the government's job to fund projects like this, meaning the state, but they're the ones that give the mandates.
They give the mandates.
So therefore,
sure.
I would feel like they should, just like the schools. There's not enough funding for our school systems at all, but yet they give all these mandates that you have to do.
That's right.
So it's an unfunded mandate, which just keeps getting passed down to every community, not just Newport or Claremont or Unity or whatever.
Either a lot less mandates would come, or taxes would be very high if the state funded every mandate that they put out, and the federal government same way.
Yeah, but taxes are high anyway. It's our property taxes.
Oh, they are?
That's why New Hampshire property taxes are through the roof.
Yeah, you know me. I like getting I don't love getting the tax bill, but when I get that tax bill, that is the majority of my taxes for the year.
Right.
Other than if I smoke and I pay tax on the cigarettes, and I buy gas and I pay tax on the gas and all that stuff, but no sales tax, no income tax.
Right.
And by having spent some time in Florida and spent some time in New Hampshire, I'm beginning to find out Florida's got some kind of like backdoor taxes.
Okay, explain.
Well, I wish I had you get your electric bill, and you get a water impact tax on your electric bill.
Sure.
And you get an environment impact fee. It's not. It says it's a fee. My electric bill was like $78 last month, and over half of that were fees not connected to the electricity.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and it's kind of like going to Massachusetts. I go down to Home Depot, I buy a bunch of stuff, I got the price all figured out, and get to the cash register, sales tax.
Sure.
So
they're gonna get you.
They're gonna get you one way or the other.
Anywhere. That there's no place that is free to live.
That's right. And many people say, well, the thing is, if people rent a house and you don't have a sales tax, well, they don't pay any tax. Well, yes, they do.
They do. Their rent's higher.
Their rent's higher.
Right.
I mean, and this is a good segue for this. Biden's saying that if you make less than $400,000 a year, your taxes aren't going to go up. And to an extent, there could be some truth to that. But if he starts taxing big companies, big money,
right?
So
your taxes don't go up, but your expenses go up.
Absolutely, because
so he's not lying, but he's not telling the full truth.
That's right. It's kind of like my feeling of the no sales tax in New Hampshire. Everybody's paying a sales tax in New Hampshire, but it's done through the company.
Right.
And
business profits tax.
Right. Business profits tax. But in that particular aspect of it, the companies don't mind paying it because it's less work for them.
Yes.
But if Biden just sends, let's say, I don't want to say the name of the gas companies, okay? You're making billions of dollars a year, so we're going to charge you, grab a number, $100 million extra a year. Guess where that's going to show up?
Yeah.
Right down here on a corner.
Exactly.
You pull into the gas station, so you're gonna be paying a gas tax, and you're going to be paying an inflated cost of gas. So you're going to be paying a tax.
Sure.
The company's going to just sit back and say, you know what? This is costing us $100 million. Let's just, for buffer sakes, let's just go up on our gas, so when this is all said and done, we get $120 million, and we'll just dole the rest of it out to the investors. And people sit back and say, oh, perfect. I only make $200,000 a year. I don't have to pay any more taxes. And when they go down to the gas station, everybody's going to complain that the gas companies went up on the price of gas, but there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, they can say what they want, but anybody miss Trump yet?
Jeez.
He did so much for the economy, and they are absolutely destroying it.
But still, they're going to get you. Like, you're still going to get taxed.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's president.
Yeah.
You're still going to get taxed.
Yeah, but
Trump's
was not spending as much money.
Oh, that's not true at all.
The way they're doling it out right now?
Well, compared to Biden, yes. But Trump is still a spender. That's
no question about it.
As a conservative, if you take Trump's name off and take his party away from it, if you look at his presidency, he spent money like crazy.
Yep.
Which doesn't shock me because the dude did that in business.
Yep. So now let's look at the end result. By spending money, he created multiple jobs. Many jobs. He was shutting down China. Companies were coming back here. Guess what? If you've got 20 employees at the end of the week, you take everybody's income tax out, and then you match it and you send it to the government. So now let's say in 6 months you got 100 employees. So now you take everybody's income tax out, you match it, so you're a company that's paying more income tax, and you send it to the government. Now you can't even find a restaurant that has all the employees they need. So the restaurant that had 15 employees now has 7.
Right.
So at the end of the week, of course, restaurant's probably a bad example because they really don't pay much. The waitresses make it but there's other companies that can't find help. I mean, I'll tell you what, if anybody wanted to buy stock, it should have been in help wanted signs.
I just said that the other day.
Yeah. Jeez.
I was saying they're the people that make help wanted signs. They're the only ones making money right now.
Absolutely. And so they've destroyed the morale of the country. They pay people to stay home who don't pay income tax because you don't pay income tax on free money from the government. And so the income of the government has to be going down, but the spending is definitely going up.
So I've been sitting here calculating something, and I was hoping to.
You're pretty good at doing 2 things at once when you're on the radio. I get nervous when I try to do 2 things at once. I might say something. You know how I am. I'm slightly opinionated, and I might say something I shouldn't. Go ahead.
I was hoping to prove a point, but I'm not going to prove a point at all. I'm wrong. I don't know if you
Hold on a minute. Let me turn this recorder. Say that one more time.
I was wrong.
Okay.
So first I wanted to do a correlation between the state with the highest gas tax.
Okay.
Which, who do you think it is?
California?
Yep. California's gas tax is 63 cents a gallon. So every time you get a
That's
gallon.
all it is? I thought it was over $1. Wow.
63, but New Hampshire's about 35, I think.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking, so if California's paying so much in gas tax, the registration must be low.
Oh, no.
So I pulled up my car. I wanted to see what my...
The only thing low in California is morale. Okay, go on.
And morality. So to register my car, it would cost $1,869.
In California?
Yeah.
Is that because of a sales tax?
Yes.
But that's a one-time thing.
Yes.
They tap us every year. You got to remember that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So, sales tax was $1,800, around there.
But can you find out what it would cost to register your car?
So current registration would be $59. $59
in California?
Yes.
Okay.
California Highway Patrol is $27. There's a current vehicle license fee of $1,561. A county fee, a county service authority for freeway emergency fee for $1. A current fingerprint ID fee for $1. Current smog high polluter repair fee at $6. The original smog abatement at $6. The alt fuel tech smog fee is $8.
That looks like my electric bill.
I know. This is what you're saying. They tuck all the stuff in.
Yeah.
The current auto theft and or DUI crime deference program, $1. Current air quality management district, $6. Current South Coast Air Basin, $1. The alt fuel tech registration fee, $3. The current transportation improvement fee, $188. And the sales tax would be for $18,000. That's what they were taxing on.
Yeah.
And then the what is that? Reflectorized license plate fee, $1. But look at how they
Yeah, sure.
put all that stuff in.
Yeah.
So if you
Boy,
take,
I hope there's no New Hampshire reps listening to this.
it's horrible. But yeah, so it would cost me $1,869 to register my car.
First time.
First time.
Yeah. Then you take the tax off on that, and wow, for an $18,000 car. That's a used car.
I put it in at $24,000.
Okay, all right.
Even though that was more than I paid for it, but still.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'll put it around there because that would be the going price of a brand new car.
Yeah. Unless it's an SUV. Wow.
Oh yeah, I know. I put in my Mazda.
Yeah.
I didn't even put in like a Jeep or a Grand Cherokee or
Yeah.
Chevy Blazer. So yeah, I was hoping to say you pay a lot in gas tax, but it's cheaper to register your car. But nope, I was wrong.
Over the life of your car. Although I'm going to back out of that. I was going to say over the life of your car because of the town, what we call the town tax. You'd pay more than that. But with all them other fees down the bottom,
I know. Adds up.
you're not going to pay more than that.
Crazy.
So.
Now I know that
New Hampshire is the cheap. No, it used to be the cheapest taxed state in the nation.
it's one of them.
It's like number 5 now.
Yeah.
I think we looked at that last week, and it came out number 5, even when I said it. But it's just that when you get that property tax bill, your blood pressure raises. On the other hand,
Yes.
when you get right down to it, that's a good barometer to get after your representative to keep your property tax down. And there's 2 ways of doing that. You spend less, or you put in another tax. So your property tax will never go down, by the way, but it won't go up. If they put in another tax, they can hold it down for a while. It will go up at some point. But now when you go to the store, you buy $65 worth of stuff at Home Depot, and all of a sudden, bingo, it's $8 right out of your wallet. It goes away, but you don't recognize it.
Right.
Because it's just quick. Except me. When I see the word tax on a slip, oh, boy, I got taken again.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's funny. So obviously, I've lived in New Hampshire my whole life.
yeah.
And I am now accustomed to going to other states and paying sales tax. I don't like it, and I forget sometimes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, darn it.
Yeah.
But Harper doesn't understand this. So if we go, like when we're on vacation in Vermont, she brought some of her own money because she wanted to buy something for herself. Great. So we went to a toy store, and I don't remember. She got like some little magnet thing. It was $5. So she had a $5 bill, and it came up to, $5.30 or whatever. And she's like, what? And I'm like,
Her and I are going to get along.
I'm like, there's a sales tax. What's that? I'm like, well, you got to pay extra
Yeah.
because it's called a tax, and the state wants their money. Well, geez, you would have thought this was highway robbery. What?
That's awesome.
I'm like, just give an extra $1, you'll get some change back.
Yeah.
Oh,
What would have been nice is if she had $5 and that's all she had, and she, spent $4.98 and says, "Yeah, I'm all set," and then gets to the cash register and what?
yeah,
So what are we going to put back? I mean, you can't have everything in life.
exactly. This is the government one.
Of course, I would have broke down and paid the tax for her at the end, but I would have said, you're going to have to put something back. What is it that you don't like?
It's funny. I think every kid, high school kid, when they get their first real paycheck, you're going to, let's just say $10. I'm making $10 an hour.
Yeah.
I work 10 hours. I'm going to have $100. Look at that, $100. And then you get home and it's like $78. Like, what?
Where'd that
Where'd
go?
my money go? What do you mean I have to pay a tax?
Call up. You told me you're going to pay me $10 an hour.
Who is this FICA? And why don't you take my money?
That's right. That's right. That's something they don't teach enough of in school is economics.
Real economics.
Yeah. Checkbook.
I took a class like that in high school. Of
course.
That was 30-something years ago.
Yeah,
now.
well, now they're too busy teaching things that don't even matter in life as far as I'm concerned.
I took because I think we had to take an economics class to graduate. When I was in high school.
I think I did. Yeah.
So I took I think it's called consumer finance, and I am so glad I took that.
Absolutely.
But my teacher that I had, Mrs. Urban, she's still in the area, and I told her, I'm like, that was one of the best classes. We learned how to balance a checkbook. I don't do that, by the way, but I know how to balance a checkbook, how to budget for your bills, how to go to the grocery store and find out the cheapest
price when they tell you the price per pound.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I use that all the time.
Yeah, because
sometimes you'll see a box, this box of cereal is $2.99 and the other one is $3.50. You're like, I don't want to pay $3.50, but that's actually cheaper per pound, so that's a better deal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How to use coupons, all that stuff. It was such a great class.
You buy this box of cereal, you get home, you open it up, it's only half full.
Oh, no. It's all air.
Yeah. So
that would be if I ran for higher office, one of the things that I would like to...
You did once, didn't you?
Not higher office.
Oh, okay.
I ran for state rep and lost drastically. Yeah. And I've talked about it years ago to have it, to me it makes sense. Have only a certain percentage of air allowed in a container of food. Mm-hmm. So like a can of something is always full. They fill that right to the top. There's no air space because that's how you can.
Yeah.
But you buy a bag of chips and half the bag is air.
Yeah. Well, Pringles in a can, stacked up.
Right.
And if you take and open that can and you dump it on the table and then you open a huge bag of potato chips and you dump, they got as many, but those are made all consistent.
Yeah.
Potato chips aren't. Potato chips should come in a box anyway. I think they put the chips in there and then they put a little air thing on there and pump it up. So and it's to save the chips from getting damaged.
I also think it's psychology. You think, I'm going to buy this big bag.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like if you get I don't have a can of soda in here or anything, or you buy a bottle of V8, big plastic bottle. But if you look at the bottom,
it's got a dent.
It's pushed up, so it makes the bottle look bigger.
Sure. They do that to baseball bats. So, you ever notice that?
Baseball bats?
The end of a baseball bat has that in it.
Oh, yeah.
Pay attention to it.
Yeah, but is that for that
it's
reason?
weight. It's where the weight distribution is. And there's specifications they can't exceed, but these baseball players, they have their own specific bats made for them, and some of them have a deep dish, and others don't have much of a dish. It's all about, I don't know, physics, but whatever. How did we get off on that?
I have no idea. I don't know how we get on anything that we do these days. 7:45.
And I actually have to leave right on time today.
What do you got going on? Oh, that's right. You're Farmer Joe.
That's right. I got things going. So this vaccine thing's got me wound.
Why? Just take the shot. Follow the herd. Herd immunity, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not following the sheep over the cliff.
Come on.
And you know what?
Join us.
Those of us that have not been vaccinated are not getting as irritated as those that have been vaccinated. But those that have been vaccinated really don't tend to listen to all of the arguments that we have. And if you're vaccinated and you can get the virus, spread the virus, end up in the hospital, and you took the risk, because there is a risk involved in getting the vaccine.
Sure.
So I'm allergic to NutraSweet. I've said that actually aspartame, and aspartame is in NutraSweet.
Right.
And it really raises heck with me. Mm-hmm. So every human body has its resistance to different things.
I can't take penicillin.
Okay. So people that are getting vaccinated are getting deathly sick. Some have died from the vaccine. And the risks should outweigh the benefits. I mean, the benefits should outweigh the risks if you're going to do something like that. There is not enough scientific evidence out there to prove to me right now that the benefits could be outweighing the risks. So I'm okay with where I am. I don't. Go ahead.
I don't know who it is.
Okay.
Good morning, WC Nelling. You're on the air.
Yeah, getting back to the registration to the vehicles, we're not actually getting, we're actually just getting 2 stickers a year. Not even a plate anymore, just 2 stickers, and that's a lot of money for 2 stickers a year.
What do you mean for 2 stickers?
Well, I understand his point. You don't get a plate. You get a sticker to put on your plate.
Front and back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
Yep. So that's a lot of money for just 2 stickers, and that lasts you what, 5 or 6 years, unless you want new plates or something. So that's something that the state should look into. And I've talked to a few people on it, and they don't want to get involved in it. You guys have a good day.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Well, and I'll stick on that for a second. The stickers you're buying are not what the money's going to. It's all of the slush funds that they've put together with registrations. New Hampshire's not as bad as some states.
That's not
obviously, with that list you just went down in California.
I went to the worst state imaginable.
If the plates can last, the only thing I can say is if your plate gets deteriorated to the point where it's not readable, you shouldn't have to pay for a plate that matches that plate. But on the other hand, the cheaper it is to get you up and running with your registration, the more money that can end up in the slush fund, whatever they're using it for, because some of it is a slush fund. So if I was a state rep, I might shy away from that suggestion that we get a new plate every year, because it's just that much more expense where the sticker gets you by.
Well, you have to pay for your plate. Your plates aren't free
when you first get them.
Yeah.
But as like I say, if it gets deteriorated to the point,
if it gets deteriorated, sure,
they should give you another one.
Yeah, but how many plates get deteriorated?
Have you priced vanity plates lately?
No.
Oh, they're absolutely ridiculous.
Really? Yeah. I've never had one.
You got to really want them letters on the plate if you. Yeah.
So to get back to the COVID stuff.
Okay.
No, this is according to the CDC.
Okay.
So these are the governmental experts, the head scientists for America. Anaphylactics after COVID vaccination is rare and has occurred in approximately 2 to 5 people per million vaccinated in the United States. Severe allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, can occur after any vaccination. If this occurs, vaccination providers can effectively and immediately treat the reaction. Learn more at covid19.com. Yes. TTS, which is thrombosis with, I hate this, with thrombocytopenia.
Oh, it's perfect.
You like that?
Perfect.
I nail it? Okay, thank you.
Right on.
Thank you. Syndrome after Johnson & Johnson's vaccination is rare. As of September 15th, 2021, more than 14.7 million doses of a Johnson & Johnson vaccine have been given at the United States. The CDC and FDA have identified 47 confirmed reports of people who got the vaccine from Johnson & Johnson and later developed TTS. Women younger than the age of 50 especially should be aware of this rare but increased risk for adverse event. So there are, and Guillain-Barré syndrome can happen too after Johnson & Johnson. But that's also very rare too. So it is rare.
Do you play the Powerball this week?
You've got a better okay.
Okay. All right.
You've got a better chance of getting TTS than winning Powerball.
Okay.
I know that's where you're going,
All right, okay.
and you're right.
Okay. All right. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
You are right. Again. So I have admitted that I was wrong earlier, and I am admitting that you are right now.
Okay. All right.
Boy,
Bingo.
Today's terrible.
Hey, you know what? It's a free country. We have
Sure.
I didn't win the Powerball.
It's not free. No, they're going to mandate it.
Well, yeah. I didn't win the Powerball, but I didn't play.
Oh, okay.
So,
I actually bought a Mega Millions ticket the other day, and I haven't even checked my numbers.
Is that the one that went last night in New York? One of them went in New York last night.
Really?
New York City. Can
Really?
you believe
Seriously?
that?
Come on.
Wait till that guy gets his tax bill. I'll bet there's at least 40% tax on whatever he just won.
Okay, you win $500 million. I will give you 40%.
That's
I
right.
will still be able to buy whatever I want the rest of my
For the rest of your
I'm fine.
life. Yep.
Yes. So, Joe Osgood is correct. You have a better chance of getting an allergic reaction to the COVID vaccine than you do winning the Mega Millions or Powerball.
And you know what? I'm not using that as my excuse. I'm just using it as a science. I'm giving you the science, just like they do.
No, you're giving me
I'm giving
the
you
math.
the science. Well, it's
Science is all over the place. Math is finite.
yeah.
Math is math. There is no
Until you fudge the numbers.
Yeah, but that's lying.
Yeah.
But 2
okay.
plus 2 is always 4. It's never anything else. It's always 4 in real math. Governmental math, it's 5.
Yeah.
But 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're right. You're welcome.
Okay. Oh, what a day. I'm having a good day already.
Well, I know.
Things are going great.
So I got to tell you, on a completely unrelated topic, you brought in some goodies last week and had some leftover maple butter.
Mm-hmm. That stuff's good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I used it last night in carrots. So cooked up some carrots with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, squash, same thing.
I hate squash.
Oh, well.
I'm sure if you like squash, it's delicious.
yeah.
But, blech. But just I don't know if you guys have done it.
Sweet potatoes.
All right, I could do that.
All right.
So you guys have cooked with
Cinnamon
maple
and
butter
sweet potatoes. Cinnamon and maple syrup. You don't have to put the butter in sweet potatoes.
Yeah, you
is
do.
unbelievable.
You have to put the butter.
Okay, go ahead.
Butter makes everything better.
Okay, slides down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I just had did up dinner last night. I had carrots, and I usually throw in some butter. And I saw that sitting on the counter. Do you put it in the fridge or do you leave it on the counter?
I leave it on the counter.
I do too.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
Some people keep butter in the fridge. I think that's weird. I don't understand butter. How can you leave dairy on the counter and it's fine? But if I leave yogurt on the counter or cheese, sometimes cheese you can leave on the counter. Like you go into some stores and cheese is just out, not even in the fridge. I don't understand. Dairy, I don't get it. But butter you leave on the counter, and it
The
doesn't.
microorganisms that cause this stuff to deteriorate, our food to deteriorate, they won't even touch that stuff.
Well, butter?
Butter's actually, yeah, I'm okay with, but I don't like margarine.
Nah, I don't either.
You can have margarine.
Yeah, or I can't believe it's not butter. Yeah, I can. It tastes gross.
That's right. Yeah.
It's disgusting.
I can't believe it's not butter. It's really just margarine with a fancy name on it. So.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I had a friend I used to work with up in Lebanon that he was from Pennsylvania, and whenever his family would come up, they'd always go to the grocery store and buy that Kate's butter. I don't know if you've seen that.
Kate's?
Yeah, it's expensive. They swore by it. They said it's like the most delicious butter, and they couldn't get it in Pennsylvania, so they would buy not cases of it, but buy a ton of Kate's butter. I bought it. I'm like, it just tastes like butter. This isn't fancy at all.
I can't believe it only tastes like butter.
I can't believe I paid $5 for this thing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the name of it.
Well, that's an opinion. Somebody's, our taste buds are our opinions of food are controlled by our taste buds, and maybe our taste buds lie to us.
It could be.
Yeah. I heard a guy say something last week, which is absolutely fact. We tend to eat food for entertainment, but really, food is just fuel for our body.
Sure.
And you get down to that aspect of it, and it's kind of like you don't pull into the gas station and put 22 gallons of gas in your 18-gallon gas tank, and technically, when you sit down for a meal, that's about what you're doing.
No.
So it overflows somewhere.
Yeah, but my tank expands.
Okay. You got a bladder
Exactly.
tank. Yeah. Like race cars have. Yeah, all right.
You just have to go and do a pit stop every once in a while.
There you go.
You're fine.
Yeah.
7:56. You gonna run?
Yeah, I got to run.
All
I'd like to be on time.
Fine.
Today. I got a couple of things I got to do before I go over there. So.
All right. Well, have fun driving truck today.
Okay.
Pick up some corn.
There you go.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Talk to you next week.
Gonna go to my corny job.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay.